Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on The Best Man, a destination wedding that's attacked by terrorists, and Dolph Lundgren and Luke Wilson star. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So Luke Wilson is getting married, so he's not the best man. Dolph Lundgren is not the best man. Here he is there. I don't recognize who the best man is. I think he seems to be the center of the movie, but he's not the biggest star, so they kind of don't feature him too much in this. I don't know. I guess the best man's going to go all Die Hard on the... I guess Brendan Fraser. I guess that's him. He's going to be the Die Hard guy with Dolph Lundgren, I assume, as the father of the bride, and Luke Wilson as the groom. So I guess he's the Die Hard guy who's going to kill all the terrorists. I mean, that's cool, but it doesn't. And Dolph looks cool, and Luke looks cool, but they don't seem to feature him too much in this. It's weird. Directed by Shane Dax Taylor. Original Jack Sheehan. What? Oh, that's a producer. Original story by Danielle Zarelli. Screenplay by C. Alec Roselle and Shane Dax Taylor. Okay. I mean, it's not a bad pitch. April 21st on digital and on demand. Also in select theaters. Rated R. Rated R. It's basically Die Hard at a wedding. It's been a while since we saw Die Hard in a blank. But it's weird. I mean, on one hand, I get it. You want to showcase Luke Wilson and Dolph Lundgren, but they're not the main guy. And they are only with Dolph Lundgren and Luke Wilson, meaning they're not the main guys. They're just in the movie too. Starring Brendan Fraser. I guess he's the main guy. Should be showcasing him a little more in this. I mean, he's barely in it. And I don't really, no offense, he doesn't like come off as the guy. Like you need the guy scene. The scene is like, I'm going to take care of these terrorists. Right? You stay here. I'll go see what's what. Something. Some kind of line or action. But like Luke Wilson and Dolph Lundgren they're holding guns and doing stuff. Like Luke Wilson has a scene where he's like, shoot me, leave her. Like that's a big scene. That's like a heroic moment. They don't really give one for him in this trailer. It's weird. He should be showcased. If he's the main dude, if he's going to kill everybody, I mean, it's a different kind of tack not to showcase him. I mean, I get why you're showcasing Luke Wilson and Dolph Lundgren. They're famous. I don't know this guy. I've never seen him before. But if he's the action guy, showcase some of his action. Show him, like, kicking A and taking aims. I mean, he's in it. He does do some of that stuff, but, like, it doesn't seem to be focused on him. It seems more like Luke Wilson's the main guy. You watch the trailer, you tell me. So, I think we needed to see way more of him and way less of I mean, Luke Wilson pushes a guy and jumps a guy and dives into the pool with him to fight him. You got Dolph Lundgren arming up at the end. I mean, the main guy's got to do something. He's got to, like, jump out and kill, like, 3 terrorists. Here he is getting hit in the head. I mean, showcase him. He's got to take his shirt off or something. Maybe at the beginning of the trailer you show him, it's great to be your best man, buddy. Don't worry, nothing's going to happen. Something like that, right? If it's going to be more tongue-in-cheek. I don't think it is. It's very serious. They're very serious terrorists to take over a destination wedding because, I don't know. I don't know how you make money doing that. It's always weird to me, the motive for terrorism in these movies. Like, the motive just doesn't seem to be there. Like, well, we're going to take over and then you're going to give us a lot of money. And then we're going to leave and not harm you. It never happens, right? Like, the plan doesn't seem sensible. This is what I always try to do, at least in my stories. I like to imagine the plan if the bad guys won, right? If you're forced to do that, then they have a more sensible plan, right? So even if they never get to the helicopter that's going to take them to Mexico with their money or whatever, at least if you sort of like have that in your mind and set it up a little bit, then, you know, it makes more sense. Like, we got to get going before the chopper gets here. Like, oh, okay, so these guys had an escape, but then the hero stops them. I'm not seeing that in the movie either. I'm just seeing, like, we're going to do evil things because we're the bad guys in this movie. Yeah, I would think if you're going to do a thing where you hold people hostage to get money, you're going to do it in the most efficient way possible, get the money, and not spend a lot of time going, oh, I will do terrible things to your daughters. You must pay me money. He doesn't have an accent. I just threw that in. You know, or and you could add a time limit or whatever, or maybe they just pay him, right? Like, you gotta give us a reason why. Like, okay, let's say they have these guys are gonna hold people hostage and gonna give them money, right? They give them the money, and they're gonna leave, and like that's it. And they leave. Like, I'd love to see a movie open that way with the bad guys. Maybe they got away with it once, but like, it needs to be more personal why they would like want to kill these people, or maybe their plan is, and they don't tell anybody, of course, but like, no, we have to kill all these people and burn the place to the ground, and then that way, no one will know we were ever here, kind of thing, because it's a remote location. Like, that would make a little more sense, and then like somehow the hero, they're gonna pay him off and everybody thinks they're just gonna be let go, but like, no, we have to stop these guys, they're gonna kill everybody. But then your other problem is, well, why don't they just start killing people when they get there? So there's all sorts of problems with these scenarios in general, but I get it. At least in Die Hard, the original Die Hard, there was a plan to get the hell out of there, right? Alan Rickman had a plan to make a bunch of money and leave, but then they got caught, kind of, and then got trapped in there, but they still had a plan to get out and escape. But I love it, too, when, like, there's, like, I don't know, the guy has, like, 20 henchmen, and then by the end of the movie, it's just him, and then a helicopter comes to take him off, and that was all part of the plan, but then you think, well, wait a minute, if you had 20 henchmen, how were the henchmen going to get away? So you got to really think these things through, in my view. You know, if you give them more of a, see, like for a destination wedding, one of the things you could do is you could make these guys local gangsters, because typically resorts are located in countries where law and order isn't that great, and there's a lot of shenanigans going on outside the resort that maybe the people inside are kind of isolated from. So that makes a little more sense. If they're a little more low-key guys, they're just going in there to rip off the rich Americans, let's say, and then they get caught, kind of, and they're in a hostage standoff with the local police, who are very corrupt too. And then maybe it's like a balance, like, can they pay off the local cops and actually get away with this, but then this guy throws a spanner in the works, something like that. This just feels like generic terrorist movie, right? It's just Die Hard at a destination wedding. But, I mean, that being said, it would be kind of watchable, at least for me. And it would be a good sort of movie if your girlfriend forced you to watch it, right? Because for her, it's a wedding, right? So there's something for everybody in this movie. She gets to see a wedding. You get to see a bunch of guys shot in the face. Everybody wins. So it's not a bad pitch for like a low budget movie by Hollywood standards that's probably just going to end up on your motel viewing. I mean, if I had to, this feels like a motel or a hotel movie, but one that would be pretty watchable. I mean, I like to see Dolph Lundgren still picking up a gun and doing stuff. Luke Wilson, I don't know. This seems a little weird for him to do. I would have put him in a more fun movie, and they should have made this movie more fun. It'd be more watchable. And no offense to your leading man, I mean, he just seems to be there. He needs, like, he's being out charisma by your other two supporting. It's not support for him. Like, they should be somehow making him look great because he's the lead. I assume. I don't even know. You watch this trailer, it's really weird how, like, he's not the focus of this movie. It would be like watching the trailer for Die Hard, but the focus is not Bruce Willis. It's someone else. It's the other people at the party, you know, and Nakamomi Towers or whatever that's called. So it's weird. Little weird. That part of it is weird. It might be pretty. Would I watch it? I guess if I was stuck at a hotel, but yeah, it's not on my list to hunt down. So, anyhow, it's called The Best Man. VOD in April. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. Thanks to all who came out to Millburn, New Jersey at the Book House last night. Tomorrow, I will be Gator Weekend. It's Gator Weekend at One More Bar and Grill out on 206 in Tabernacle, New Jersey, starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow, 2 p.m. on Sunday, and then the live stream. Live stream's probably going to be late. I don't know. I got to figure it out. Let's see how tomorrow goes, and then I'll let you know how late the live stream will be. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.